we are very impassioned about how mediocre Harry Potter is
We are
and,
so
and the Star Wars movies.
self-driving cars and
Ah, yes.
Tesla's plan, and they're close to level 5 autonomous driving, which I want to
What
find.
does that mean? I
I
don't
am
know
gonna.
what that means.
I'm not 100% sure. I'm gonna go look it up. I just don't want to be super wrong and be upset at myself later. Level 5 autonomy. Alrighty then. Path to autonomy, levels 0 through 5, explain. Very simple. Okay, so level 0 is no automation, level 1 is driver assistance, level 2 is partial automation, conditional automation, high automation, and full automation.
So level 5 is just being able to drive everywhere.
Without,
Right.
driverless,
Like
essentially.
the car just drives itself everywhere.
Essentially, yeah.
Okay.
That's really cool. Like that is that's perfect.
Driverless cars.
Driverless cars.
Very
We went over this the last episode, and I talked a lot about like how I want driverless cars to be, and I discussed people who say they couldn't trust driverless cars, but driverless cars would improve society immensely. I'm a huge advocate.
Yeah.
Having driverless cars would revolutionize travel. Like, if you had a car that could automatically go from one location to another, you could just sit in your car and sleep.
Oh, freaking nice.
Right, and then it would stop at a recharge station, and then you would charge it, or maybe it'll charge itself. Who knows? Magnetic wireless charging is a thing that we use with our phones. We could apply that to cars. Cars never have to really stop. You don't have to get out of your car until you get to your destination. I could drive from Portland to Vermont.
The road just had like very long I don't know exactly how it works, but pretty much it's just like a coil. It's a coil with another coil, and
they produce energy. Yeah, you could have it so that way cars would never have to stop. And that's something that you could definitely apply. Like, we couldn't build that now. We couldn't just uproot every single road and then put in car chargers all along that entire city.
I think I would rather just have like a train that you just drove your car into, or if you didn't own a car, you just got in and then it just took you where you were going. Just a subway.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. I like that idea.
I wish the US had a train system like in Europe.
Oh my god.
Traveling in the US, you just have to fly, which is stupid.
Yeah.
Trains are great.
They're better. Not as fast.
They're not as fast, but if you're going a short distance, it's so much nicer to just get on the train and then get off the train than having to like take a plane and go through security and have a tiny little bag.
And like flying from Portland to Boston, I would have to fly up to Seattle first and then across.
Also, just like the car and gas industry being like, trains are bad, we don't want trains.
Yeah.
Cars are better, which is not true.
Besides California, most states don't really have a passenger train system besides Amtrak. And I don't even know how much California does.
It's pretty much just Amtrak. I think that there's more train lines, so it doesn't have to stop as much.
Yeah.
As like going from here to Seattle, because like on that trip, whenever I've done it, I've always had to stop at least 1 or 2 times, and then you sit there for like 20 minutes, and it's like, well, this is dumb.
A great example of that is the freight train that goes straight through Portland. I can't even count how many times.
So loud.
Yeah, it's loud, and I get stopped on it all the time because it cuts straight between. Because the industrial zone in Portland is between downtown and the residential. So when you're going from downtown home, you get stuck with this train, and it doesn't just keep on going. The train just stops.
There was one time where I got stopped there, and I was there for 30 minutes just waiting. And I got so mad that I looked up, how long can the guards be down before they have to pay a fine? And it's 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
20 minutes. I've definitely been stopped for longer than that.
consider the 70 line. You and I both take the 70.
Yeah.
The 70 runs past that train line all the way down by Powell.
There have definitely been times when I was waiting for the waiting for the bus, and then the bus just vanished.
Oh yeah, because it's supposed to be there, but then the train came through and they had to reschedule everything.
Yeah, and it's just like, oh my god.
And they don't plan ahead of time because I'm willing to bet that whatever company runs those trains, they don't communicate.
I really wish that an app or something that was like give you a schedule for like when the train was leaving, how long it would take, when they would be at certain locations. It wouldn't be that hard.
Yeah.
That would be so nice.
Because then you'd be able to know, oh no, the train's coming in 10 minutes. I got to get to the other side of the river.
Yeah, I'll take Hawthorne instead of going Ross Island or whatever.
Yeah.
That would be so nice. And become part of like Google Maps or whatever map service you use. So then your phone could be like, oh, there's going to be a train. Take this route instead.
Because Google Maps already has it set up for buses and the trams,
like
the
city
maps,
trains.
whatever.
Like, why couldn't freight trains just give a schedule of where they are? Maybe I'm crazy, but I feel like that wouldn't be very difficult. Because you could just have a GPS that's just tracking the train, which they probably have, and it just be like, okay, it's moving this fast, it's probably going to be there at this time. Okay, I just want to mention Star Wars a bit, because I still haven't seen the latest one, whatever it's called.
Oh, the last one?
The Rise of Skywalker.
Rise of Skywalker.
And
you haven't seen it?
I still haven't seen it. Even though it's out on Disney Plus, I guess I should, but I don't know if I want to watch it, because like...
Oh, man. It was...
I heard it was just a video game in a movie.
Yep. Like, Lego Star Wars?
Yeah.
This would make an excellent Lego Star Wars game. Not a great movie. A great Lego Star Wars game.
It was just a fetch quest, is what I heard.
Pretty much. It was almost verging on Dungeons and Dragons, collecting things, going here, and then suddenly there's a problem and you have to fix it. Oh, I rolled a 20, like, did it.
I heard that they just added a bunch of Force abilities and like new Force stuff that was just like, why?
So, let me see if I can go through them. Rey can heal people.
Yeah.
Force can heal people, which, hello, Padme, Anakin's parents.
Yeah.
Like, Obi-Wan, like...
That's just stupid.
Yeah. Force Ghost can now grab things. Luke Skywalker's Force Ghost lifts an entire ship out of the water.
I mean, did you see the film theory?
Why? That makes sense. But at the same
makes
time,
sense. But also just like, why did you have to add that?
Yeah.
That's kind of dumb.
Yeah. What else? Oh, also they totally ripped off Infinity War. So Rey had... I'm spoiling it for you. I apologize.
Oh, I've already been...
Okay,
I already know like all the
for
spoilers.
anyone listening who hasn't heard it, spoilers, spoiler alert, whatever.
Okay, hold up. It's been how long? Like over 6 months. If you haven't seen the movie and haven't been spoiled, that's your fault. If you're getting spoiled now, I don't care. I already know all the spoilers. It doesn't matter. If you weren't gonna watch it, you're not gonna like care. Spoiler warnings for movies that came out more than 6 months to a year is stupid. Come on, really?
Okay, so they ripped off Infinity War. So you know how Iron Man his last words is "I am Iron Man."
Yeah, and
Rey has a line that says "I am all the Jedi."
What?
Like, what the heck? And like, I know it would have been cool if all of the Force Ghosts came to help beat Palpatine in an epic battle, but it was just like...
It was just a bad ending.
Yeah.
The first one, The Force Awakens,
I think... Force Awakens, I think was amazing. I think it was...
Yeah, I think that was really good.
Yeah. And
and
then
then just I don't. After that, I don't know. Just why?
was it The Last Jedi?
The Last Jedi.
Yeah, The Last
It just like.
Jedi.
I mean, it wasn't that bad, but just like
Yeah.
it
This
just
is
wasn't very good.
this is what happened with Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. The first movie was amazing. I'll get into this later, but I am a huge fan of the Star Wars universe, and that's where like the universe where I draw the line.
Not the
Not a
movies,
fan,
but like
not the
the
movies, not
TV
the story,
shows.
not even Harry Potter. The whole books are
The Harry Potter books, they're fine. They're
Yeah.
not like they're not as people are gonna hate this, but they're
Yeah.
not as good as the hype
Ready
for
Player
them.
One. That is
Ready,
amazing
that's
movie.
it. There's
Or
a second one coming out
Is there really? Storyline.
in I think September or October. The
That's
second one's coming out.
It's my favorite book. So.
Oh, there's another book that the same author written.
Artemis.
No, it wasn't that. Oh, I remember. What? Give me a sec.
No, Artemis was the guy who wrote The Martian.
Yes.
You're thinking of the one where it's like the battling the aliens from Europa, and
Yeah.
it's like the huge swastika.
Armada.
Yes, Armada. Hang on.
That was a good book. I listened to it recently. We are very impassioned about how mediocre Harry Potter is.
We are
and the Star Wars movies.
Yes, but this is like Fantastic Beasts and Where I Find Them. The first movie was amazing. The second
one is it's never as good as the first one.
Yeah, no, except for
I mean, there's a couple exceptions.
Yeah, How to Train Your Dragon. That was that is the one that I will always talk about. That was the best sequel in existence. I don't care what you say. I love that series.
I don't remember what happened in the second one.
It's where Hiccup becomes like really cool and isn't like this scrawny runt. Like like when you see pictures of Hiccup and he's got like the big hair and the cool suit and he can fly and like that kind of. So that's that. And then
is it the one with like the guy who's like trapping all of the?
Yeah, he's like capturing all the dragons.
Yeah.
I mean, that's also the third one too, is the guy who's catching all the dragons. Like that's all it. And in the first one too, it's that the dad is catching all the dragons and killing them. So How to Train Your Dragon is just how to get your dragon from not getting captured. And let's
It's just dragons are actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
Did you know?
Hey guys, let's stop murdering dragons.
And they won't murder us.
Yeah.
Wait, is the third one where his like mom comes back?
No, that's the second one. The second one.
That's the second one.
And then the dad dies. The third one is the one where the third one. Okay, I love How to Train Your Dragon.
I don't think I've seen the third one.
The third one wasn't good, and it made me so sad. It made me so sad that it wasn't like it was okay. It just
wasn't there another dragon like Toothless? She was white.
Yeah,
it was a lady dragon.
Yeah, and she like disappeared and went to the dragon realm and like.
There's a dragon realm now?
Oh yeah, there's a whole like underground world of dragons.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, not just like a nest like in the first one.
No, yeah, it's just like a huge,
just like a really
age underground. All the dragons are there, and but, like here's the thing, and it's like, okay. What it essentially was is the first How to Train Your Dragon was what is it called, an epilogue when it's before?
Yes, an epilogue is
the epilogue.
A prologue. Prologue is before, an epilogue is after.
How to Train Your Dragon 2 was the movie, and then How to Train Your Dragon 3 that was the sequel, and so wasn't as good. So yeah.
Yes.
It just.
Have you read Hank Green's novel?
Hank Green's novel? No, I have not.
An absolute. What is it? I can never remember what it's called. It's like
I've heard of it.
An absolutely remarkable thing.
I've heard of it. I haven't read it yet.
Okay, you should read it. It's really good.
Our book recommendation for the episode.
Yeah, and
Okay.
why I bring it up is because the second one just came out last week, and I already finished it. Very, very good. Very good.
I'll definitely look into that. Oh, but I just want to finish what I was talking about. Harry Potter and the Star Wars and Star Trek, all of those huge franchises. I love the universe. I never actually end up loving the stories. Star
I
Trek
think the TV shows are good.
TV shows. Oh, with
Like
Star Wars,
TV shows, like the Star Wars TV shows,
Mhm.
and like the Star Trek TV shows
Yeah.
are better.
Oh,
Like
because
Next Generation is very good.
Yeah, because what those focus on is not this long story. It focuses on the universe around it. What else is happening?
It's its own thing. It's not like a
Yeah.
story.
Yeah, and that's what like
Which-
Clone Wars does, Mandalorian.
Yeah.
That's what there hasn't been a Harry Potter TV show yet, but they
I
definitely
mean,
do.
there might have been, but if there was, it wasn't
Yeah,
good.
yeah, no.
I haven't heard of it.
Mm-mm. But like, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, like that. Like I wasn't really in love with Harry Potter too much. Like I grew up on Harry Potter. My mom loved Harry Potter.
That was I think that movie was definitely the best out of all of the Harry Potter movies.
All of them ever, because it was so well written and also focused better on the universe of Harry Potter and in
And
other
not just Harry Potter. Oh, it's the chosen one.
Yeah, like
He's the chosen one.
hero. It's just like, okay, let's do a movie about this awkward guy who's going to New York, has no business being here, and then something goes wrong. And now he's got like that, and then it like talks about the creatures in Harry Potter, but it references the other things. It brings things together.
Well, didn't it happen before Harry Potter?
Oh yeah, it happened way before because this is when America was in its industrial
infancy.
Yeah, like
or younger.
I
don't know, but Dumbledore is young.
Yes, Dumbledore. That's the key. Dumbledore is young, and for some reason, McGonagall's there, and
she is. I don't remember that.
Apparently, that's in the second one. Oh, remember when they're at the school and there's this lady who's there, and she's like a young woman. I can't remember who she's played by, but
I think I do remember that.
Apparently, McGonagall. He says McGonagall, but the problem is technically because of the timeline, she shouldn't be there.
Yes. Not thinking things through.
And this is why I don't like the second movie, because also Credence spoilers again. I know, it's been so long, but spoilers. Credence is a Dumbledore.
Wait, what?
Yeah. So there's this thing where like a phoenix is supposed to appear in front of the Dumbledore in need, and then the phoenix appears in front of Credence. Apparently, he's supposed to be and Credence joins the side of what the bad guy's name, whatever.
Well, isn't he his son? That's what I.
Who's
Credence is
the bad guy, whatever. Oh, what's
Grindelwald.
Grindelwald, thank you. Yes. Grindelwald.
When I watched it, I thought that Credence was Grindelwald's kid.
You might actually be onto something there. I never thought of that. I think
that is the vibes that I was getting, like the very strong vibes that I was getting.
At that end scene, the phoenix erupts in front of Credence, and it's like, Credence, Dumbledore. And like,
what? Are you sure? I have no recollection of that happening.
He's supposed to be. Well, okay.
Maybe it's because I watched the movie on a plane.
Oh, well then, yeah, that's probably why. But I watched it in a theater at the Baghdad, because that's the best theater to watch anything in ever.
That is a good theater, because you can buy food.
Yes, and have it delivered to you, and also you can cheer and whoop and have fun and be surrounded by drunk 20-year-olds.
I want to go to a drive-in theater, since quarantine and everything.
Yes, the theater here in Vermont, not in Warren but in Waitsfield, is going to do drive-in. So I'm here for another like 3.5-ish weeks. So hopefully I'll be able to go to one. So that brings me back. I fall in love with the worlds, not the story. Stories, trash. Worlds, amazing. J.K. Rowling, great world builder.
J.K. Rowling as a person, not the greatest person.
I really want to talk about the Artemis. Have you heard about them yet?
Yeah. I know that a couple months ago they came out with a new spacesuit that made it easier to walk on the moon because it had like this thing that rotated on their waist, so then the whole like bottom of the suit. It was very cool.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Do you know about the Gateway project?
No. I know a lot less than you.
Okay, so the Gateway project, NASA has announced, and this was a while ago when they announced it, they're going to make a space station around the moon.
That's cool.
And it's going to be known as the Gateway project. It's an international, everyone's coming together to work on it. Gateway will be basically a refueling station for people to get to the moon.
We're creating another international space station, but around the moon this time.
But around
we're actually moving forward.
Yes, exactly. But even better, the Artemis mission. So it's called Artemis because the moon goddess, obviously. But the Artemis missions are a mission. NASA has stated the whole mission is to get long-term living on the moon.
You're very excited about this.
That's it. Like that right there. Oh my God, those words. I've been waiting for this to happen, for NASA to be like, hey, we're finally doing it. Because that's what the Apollo missions were meant to do. The Apollo missions were supposed to be those first steps towards colonizing the moon. Supposedly. They were like, what, step
Our
one?
Technology back then was a bit rough around the edges to actually do that. I think at this point our technology has advanced enough to make it
very easy and very possible.
Much more possible to actually colonize the moon.
Let me actually look up the Gateway project for NASA, because then you can see their plan, because it's going to be, it's called Lunar Gateway. I'll send you a link to NASA's, because this is just NASA's official site, and they've just slapped it right on. Like, you know how NASA's always been, where it's like, oh yeah, maybe we'll get to it. Oh, we have a few ideas. We're playing with it. And then just NASA all of a sudden.
Just like, oh, we're doing this.
We're finally doing it. Oh my God, I'm so happy. I'm so happy about this because it's fascinating what they're doing. And, like, they've already decided what instruments to go and like discussing internationally, and their plan is to build homes on the moon.
Moon to Mars? So they want to get to Mars.
Yes, so that's
first lunar orbit, then humans on the moon, then commercial lunar payload service, preparing to go, getting their SLS and Origin, and then Mars today. Yeah.
So the idea is, basically right now what has happened is that space corporation, like the space industry, is basically making up for lost time. NASA and I believe Blue Origin, and which is Amazon's, right? Don't they have Blue Origin?
Yes,
that's Amazon.
Bezos.
All and like the European Space Agency, and I don't know the name or the acronym, but the Indian Space Agency, and all the international partners, Canada, Japan, China, everyone is working on the lunar portion of it, because the plan is to get to Mars. We got to go to the moon first and have relay communication, have long-term living, have refueling, have industries, having companies going to the moon to profit off of it, so that way we have even better movement between it. Essentially like the building of the railroads during Western expansion, minus the genocide and rehabilitation and relocation.
Minus the genocide.
Minus the genocide. of hundreds of cultures, but basically the building of those railways to the moon. And the moon is essentially like the halfway point. And then Elon Musk is working on plans for Mars. And once we have long-term sustained living around the moon, orbit and industry, everything.
Just on the moon?
Yeah, on the moon, around the moon, everything we can. That's when Elon Musk is going to join the party. People will start working on building things and then sending a huge craft all the way to the Mars. This means you and I might
probably see the first person on Mars.
Not only that, we might be able to go to the moon before we die. Actually go to them, because commercial industry is followed by commercial transportation. Just like how airlines, So we will have airlines. Like I'm willing to bet by the time we're maybe 40, we'll be able to orbit around the Earth, and by the time we're 50, going to the moon will be a breeze.
I would agree with that.
Yeah, and Elon Musk is very determined to live on Mars, so we're going to Mars. Hopefully. But the Artemis
Not
mission,
the greatest person, but he's doing a lot of cool shit.
Yeah, exactly. Like even like Jeff Bezos is helping out with the moon. Not the greatest person, but thank you for getting us to where we need to go. But anyways, Artemis mission, and also the logo is also here. Let me
see it on the site.
Okay, there you go.
That is a nice logo. When was the last mission to the moon?
Long time ago. Man, it was the Apollo 11. No, Apollo 17.
1972.
Damn.
Apollo 17.
That was almost 50 years ago. Have you seen the comparison of
the capsule, the Dragon
capsule?
capsules,
right? It's just all screens now.
All touch screens. Like, okay, that actually looks like a spaceship and not just like an airplane cockpit that they're just like, let's just put some extra metal and reinforcements on it and then just shoot it into space on a explosion.
Exactly.
That's pretty much what it was.
Yep. I mean, just like the idea that we are going back to the moon, and like you and I, our generation, we're probably going to be the generation to colonize the moon.
Yeah.
Like the CEO.
I would be down to live on the moon.
Oh, so easy. Lower gravity. I mean, like my muscular deterioration and bone structures getting weaker. Yeah, okay, but like also moon.
Yeah.
You've seen this in the TV show The Expanse.
Yeah, and I've read the book.
My favorite TV show in existence. The scene where they look up at the moon and the bright side of the moon looks like the moon, and then the dark side has the cities and the lights around it. That chill.
It probably won't look like that. It'll just be domes.
Yeah, but I mean, like
it'll just be a big dome, and then earth material, and then dome. Or it will just be a giant cave system.
Yeah, because most likely we're going to be putting the boom bases in the beds of
craters,
as they call it, but craters, and underground, because that's where the water is. That's where the frozen ice is, and we need water. Exactly.
Oh, I'm guessing you heard about ICE saying that they were going to deport any person on a student visa whose school was going to be fully online. Yeah.
No. But
yeah.
ICE makes me so mad. ICE makes me so mad sometimes.
ICE should get shut down. It's so bad.
Using coronavirus as an excuse to deport more people.
Yeah, pretty much. They also set up this fake university a couple years ago to get people deported, that because they deported people because they're like, oh, they knew that it wasn't a real school and that it was just to get a visa to come into the country, but people didn't know. They tried to make it as legit as possible.
Who is the director of ICE? That's what I want. Because when it comes down to it, you can definitely blame ICE agents for a lot of things, but the director here,
I mean, it's just ICE as an organization, as a part of the government, doesn't need to exist, because the stuff that ICE does, other agencies used to do. Like ICE didn't always
Yeah.
exist. Like the FBI and the CIA used to do that stuff in Homeland Security. ICE doesn't need to exist. We should just get rid of it. It's a waste of money.
Thomas Homan. Homan. Wow. Yeah, no.
ICE is dumb.
Yeah, because like ICE does do like sometimes does like sex trafficking and like that kind of stuff.
But the FBI does that too.
Does that all the time too. And I like all the like
yeah, it's dumb. It's just all dumb.
ICE shouldn't be a thing. But yes, anyways.
TikTok is insane.
Oh yeah.
Like I don't have a TikTok, but it is actually insane. Like there are so many houses like where TikTokers like live together. Like there are political houses and stuff.
What's a political house?
So you know like the Hype House?
Hype House? No, I don't know anything about TikTok.
So there's
I'm an old man.
Yeah, me too. So there's the Hype House, which is like a mansion in LA where a bunch of big TikTok creators live together, and it's the biggest and like the most famous. So there are these other houses. There's a bunch of them, and they're like there's the Republican house, the liberal house, more other house. I don't know all of them, but like
organizing TikTokers
and like
based on what they talk about. Oh my god.
And they actually like live together. I mean, they don't all live together, but like some of them live together. And it's also TikTok is just like high school drama just on the internet, which is just like, why? No one wants high school drama. High school drama is awful. Why? Why would you want more high school drama?
No, I hate TikTok as a platform because it is. I hate it for three main reasons. One, it is an easy way to copy other people's work, like lip syncing and that kind of thing.
It's definitely like much easier to get famous with very little effort.
Yes,
more so than on like any other platform, I would say.
Yeah, a quick and easy way to get a lot of attention, which some people like Instagram, and that's what I love about
like Instagram. Reddit. Kind of is.
Yeah, it takes a lot of time. Like when
it takes time. Yeah. Like it's not like TikTok. You can just go viral so easily. It seems like.
Mm-hmm. And also,
I feel like streaming is the hardest way to like get a following. And then like YouTube next hardest, or things like YouTube, then like Instagram and platforms like that, then like TikTok is the easiest because it's just like Musical.ly and Vine, but I feel combined into one, which just makes it insane.
I hated Musical.ly. Like
I never had a Musical.ly.
I never used it.
Yeah.
I just hate it. Also, I want to put a huge disclaimer out there because I saw this on the internet. I full-heartedly agree. People doing and it's specified on females, but this is just everyone. People doing TikTok dances is exactly as cringy as young boys doing Fortnite dances. I just want to point that out. You are on the exact same level for me, and it is so far down.
Oh yes,
you are.
TikTok dances and Fortnite dances. I mean, that's pretty much the same thing.
No, yeah, it's the exact same thing, and I hate it. Yeah, I love the things that Maddie sends me.
Yeah.
The part about TikTok the only part that I like about TikTok is the portion of it that is similar to Vine.
Like Vine was pretty cool. I don't know what it is about TikTok, but there's something about it that just makes so much of the content that I see from it just cancer.
Terrible.
And it's just like, why is this funny? I don't understand. I don't understand why it's funny.
No, yeah. What I hate about TikTok is like the discussions around it and the people who are on it. It's a lot of
like, TikTok getting banned. Like, is that happening? I don't know. Is that
absolutely.
Like, which I mean, like, whatever.
But like Apple and Google are just like, it's okay, it's fine. It's just
get a VPN.
But it's like the part about TikTok that's Vine, where it's like entertainment, where it's jokes, it's funny, it's nice. Like I that part I can agree with. The things you see like on YouTube compilations of, because like I miss Vine so much because
It was funny.
short little. It's like video formats of memes. Like
the part why I don't like TikTok is because it's teenagers and they just don't think before posting something. So there's so much just like, oh, look at this reaction like stuff. That's just like, I don't want to see that. That's just why.
And also, I don't know what it is about TikTok, but the things that get super popular are terrible, terrible trends.
Oh yeah.
I want to point out we sound like two like suburban moms complaining about Instagram right now.
No, we're two boomers.
We're two boomers. We're zoomers. We're zoomers.
We're zoomers, but we're boomers.
Yeah, exactly. But like, yeah, TikTok. Like, I see this. There's this whole thing that was happening on TikTok that I only got wind of because a YouTuber of mine that I watched addressed it, just super casual, just like he mentioned it. And I looked into it. There was this trend where I walked in on my boyfriend naked and this is how he reacted. That is, first of all, why would you do that? Second of all, I feel like that's the kind of thing we really should not be teaching teenagers and like young people, that's how you get the attention of your partner. And that's how, like, because all the reactions are like they drop what they're doing, they go over, and there were so many people who were like, I tried this on my partner and it worked, and he started listening to me for the first time in a month. And it's like, if you're with that partner, that is not how you should deal with it. You should not find some cheap TikTok trend to solve your relationship problems.
The only way to solve problems in relationships is talking.
Yes, exactly. And like there's just so like TikTok, few times has it been used for really good. Like the situation with Tulsa, love that. That's a really good use of social media platform that allows communication and protest to come into one like unit and using the internet for a really beautiful thing. But when you have trends that are, where you just make fun of something and like
most important thing for protests is communication.
Exactly, and that's what social media should be used for. It is
I mean, not
like
just
that's what
that. Also, like just like
having fun,
yeah,
talking about your life. Like that's why I stick to Instagram rarely. I post rarely on Instagram. Only important things in life do I post there. And
I don't even have Instagram anymore.
Twitter. I'm on Twitter a lot because
I go on Twitter some. I go Twitter most out of all social medias,
and also,
which is the only social media I have.
The best type of social media.
Is Reddit considered social media?
I was going to say Reddit. Reddit is a really nice social media, and this is something that my good friend, Eric, pointed out. Reddit is the only platform where posts are popularized by the content rather than the creator, because like that's what how you gain popularity on all things is you just be someone who's popular. You just have to post a couple and then you become popular, and then whatever you post, people are like, oh my god, it's beautiful.
There's probably a bit of like, oh, this person like his thing because they're popular somewhere else. But like, if you like looking at the front page of Reddit, I don't know who any of those people are.
Like there are subreddits for things that are popular, like the Harry Potter subreddit, or King Falls AM subreddit, Gravity Falls subreddit. Yeah. But then
memes subreddit.
Yeah, exactly, precisely. But then if you're on Reddit, it's the same thing with iFunny, which is a very like our generation sort of social media. It's not around anymore, but iFunny was just content, and that's it.
Yeah,
and that's what Vine was too. Vine was a very, very weird mixture of iFunny and Instagram.
I mean, I think it was. People enjoyed like a certain creator because they thought they were funny.
Yeah, like Thomas Sanders wasn't that his name? Yeah, he was a creator.
And like Cody Ko and Noel Miller and some other people who are actually entertaining on Vine. But I think it was less about the person and more about the joke that they were making, or like the content. Yeah, as you said, the content, not the person.
Yeah, and something
where Instagram is just the person.
Yeah, and you'll see all the time on like old Vine compilations on YouTube. There are videos where it's like it'll be a Thomas Sanders, and then it'll be someone you've never seen in your entire life who it's just this one Vine everyone finds funny, and that's that popularization of the content rather than the creator.
Yeah.
But Snapchat, all communication, people can post to the world, and then there's that part of social media where it's just content, and that is like Reddit and Twitter is like that sometimes. iFunny and Vine, and then there's the personalized ones. Instagram, Twitter can be like that sometimes. Facebook is very much in between the communication and personalized.
I think there's two like parts of TikTok. There's the like it's all about the person, just drama and stuff, and then there's also like the jokes and like the content that's more like Vine.
And I love the content part.
Yeah.
I love social media that focus on content rather than personal or communication. I use
personal drama. Like no one cares about that. Well, everyone cares about it because it's entertaining, but no one really cares.
Yeah, hearing about some famous person's dog sat today, like okay, but at the same time,
some people find that super they're like ooh, like whatever.
Yeah, like following someone's life. That's what vlogs are.
Yeah, which
vlogs are very entertaining.
If you find the person entertaining, cool.
Where TikTok crosses the line for me is the trends and the amount of attention that you can put, the amount of attention you can get without any work at all. Like, you can just go on TikTok
and just like play a song and just be like, and just point at words and then just point at some other words and then you get 10 million views. And it's like,
I have a friend, Charlie, one of my really close friends, and basically uses TikTok for the same thing that they use Snapchat for. Yeah. Like where it's talking and like doing it like
sending
maybe have a couple words.
Pretty much Vines.
Yeah. Pretty much like Vine and Snapchat in a weird mix. But then, and I think that's okay. Not for me, but I'm okay with you guys having fun with it.
Yeah, go have fun. But when I'm becomes important is when there's news articles talking about how much drama there is on a platform.
Yeah, yes.
It's like when I feel like this has gone a little bit too far at this point.
When a platform gets so bad that it's being banned by major companies.
I think that's more about that it's owned by a Chinese company.
Yeah, which also should have been a red flag to begin with.
But there's so many companies owned by Chinese companies that it's like it's hard to get around it. But just like know what you're downloading, I guess. But also like if it actually is supplying data to China, then it shouldn't be banned. Companies in like Hong Kong pulling out because like the game companies and stuff because China, the new law that allows China just to like request data from anyone, doesn't matter if they live in Hong Kong, it's just anywhere. They can just request data, and if you don't give it to the Chinese government, then you're fined like a shit ton of money.
Wait, that's anywhere in the world?
Out of Hong Kong, if it's somewhere in Hong Kong.
Oh, it's just China beating up Hong Kong like a schoolyard nerd.
Yeah.
God.
If there's a company in Hong Kong, the Chinese government can just be like, hey, give us information on this person.
But now companies are pulling out of
Hong Kong to protect their users.
And then that's hurting Hong Kong's economy, I bet.
It's stupid.
Free Hong Kong, please. Just free Hong Kong. Man, there's a lot going on. And, on this podcast, we're going to talk a lot about
very random things.
And we haven't even touched on some of the major issues happening in the world right now.
Those topics are for another day, another time.
Well, it was fun talking.
Thank you everyone for listening.
Yes.
I hope
Thank you
you
very much.
enjoyed.
Yep.
Please like and subscribe. Share with a friend.
Yes, it helps a lot.
It does help, even though
Yeah.
that this is only the second episode. Thanks for listening, everyone. Goodbye.